Hey, Orange One here. So this is actually my second time trying to do this. I mean, we're jumping in where we last had our last episode end, and I actually have done like the full audio on this, and I don't know why, but at the end it was thrown off by like a whole minute. So I'm gonna try doing it again, and hopefully the audio works this time. I also tried to download this without any audio or any commentary, and it just didn't work. So I don't know what's going on, but it's kind of weird. I'm kind of thinking we may not be able to upload this episode. I'm hoping we do, because I actually think this episode went really well for me. We'll see though. And this first part is kind of cool what we find in this building. Yeah, right in here. We get some really good loot. We don't really need that new gun, so we'll get the shotgun again. So, I mean, it seems to be working. Things are kind of lined up now. I did just kind of test it out to see how it's working, and I'll probably do that in a couple minutes to just make sure things are lined up, because it was kind of weird because I was like talking about things that hadn't happened yet in the video. So I was like predicting what was going to happen. So we'll try checking up on that again. Hopefully it works out. Because if this gives me another, if it doesn't work out again, you know, I think what we're gonna end up having to do is just do the video without audio, you know. Oh, by the way, that edit there, sometimes when I'm doing these recordings, oh, never mind, I'll let this guy speak.
Just don't shoot.
So yeah, I like how they have this opportunity to have mercy with the bandits. It's kind of cool how they, you know, it's like these tough guys, they got all their guns, they're surviving the apocalypse, and sometimes that doesn't work out so well.
The bartender is supposed to leave. The bartender always leaves, yes? Yeah, he won't shoot me. No way he would.
They've got some interesting names, these bandits. Bobber and Gleba. I don't know, maybe those are Russian names, but in like the United States you don't hear names like that like ever. Yeah, I really like the locations that I found in this episode. I feel like it really reminds me of like Fallout 4. Just kind of wandering through the wasteland, finding cool places, and each place feels like it has a little story. And you didn't really have that in the old Metro games. So it kind of scratches that Fallout 4 itch for me, which I do really appreciate. The Fallout series is actually why I upgraded my current computer, so that I could, well, built my current computer so I could play Fallout 4. If I had said Fallout 76, you would have just stopped watching at this point and unsubscribed, huh? It's okay, I would too. But yeah, if you listen carefully, you can hear some humanimals. And I think by the end of this episode, I get pretty comfortable with taking them out. I mean, of the mutants that are out there, I think that they're the most easily managed. At least in the situations that we encounter them in. I do really like the binoculars being used for scouting. It always drives me crazy how in like Far Cry 4 and actually all the Far Cries, I think when you use your binoculars it tags people and you can like see them through walls, and just is like completely ridiculous little superpower that your person has. I like how games like don't hold your hand in that sense. Like this. I do remember though that there was a mod that you could install with Far Cry. God, I love those sneaky throws. But anyways, there was this mod with Far Cry 4 that let you get rid of that ability and let you get rid of the compass and minimap, so that you didn't know exactly where enemies were, and I really liked that. You notice how there are human skeletons in those boxes? It's pretty creepy, huh? Oh man, it's so crazy how they don't see you. These guys, like, there's tons of them, but they're not very observant, you know? I keep on thinking when I'm hearing them that they've discovered me, you know? Keep on being like, oh, the jig is up, we gotta roll out. Nope. Like that, I could have sworn it's like they've seen me. They might have actually. No, now they've seen us. And I'm praying that the this doesn't get all thrown off like it did last time. I mean, if you get some stuff between you and them, it's not so bad, you know? I think we went back to the place we were at earlier. Got our breath back. Those sounds are so gross. These human animals. Okay, that should have been a headshot. But then again, that brick probably should have counted as a hit. I do think this game has really nice hitboxes, and you gotta give them credit for that. I remember in Last Light having a number of situations where it's like, wait, I can shoot them through this? Because it's like so much better than like the Fallout series. It's pretty sweet. Oh, I remember this. There was some kind of weird clipping with the edge here. I'm praising hitboxes and then that happens, you know? Yeah, this is what I was talking about. It's like, are you kidding me? Like, you can't jump on top of that. You can very clearly jump over things that are higher than that usually. Okay, maybe I'm being a little bit paranoid, but I'm just gonna pause this right about here. So we managed to... Yeah, those guys are still under us. I think that we're okay now we're up here. Once we're up this ladder. We've got another level between us and them, but they do seem to be pretty good climbers, so I don't think we'll be safe once we've taken care of that. I could be wrong. This does also just remind me of City 17, just the aesthetics of this place. It's like almost like Half-Life 3, right? Now that I've actually done audio over this episode before, now I'm like, did I say that already or not? You know? And I was also thinking, you know, I've been looking at how many people are watching this, and it seems like there's a couple people watching, but not as much as like my Kenshi series or even my Cataclysm series. And I've got some other games I was thinking of playing, but I've been enjoying this so much I wanted to put it on the channel. But if I'm having issues with like the recordings and getting the sound lined up, I might stop doing this style. It'd be really nice to keep on doing this style, because I do enjoy it. It's I'll stay quiet while we listen to this radio.
You fucking bastard, Solantius. What an idea. Prove my faith by destroying a demon. What a steaming load of shit. I'll fucking fireball. I spent my life on the railroad, so I'm no stranger to 25 kilovolt lines. I'll handle it, but the others? Look, Solantius, I know you're listening to this, you miserable fuck. Because if I get back, I'm burning this tape. I still have enough sense for that. But since I didn't, I was afraid to spit this into your face. So enjoy this now. You were a fucking party official, and now you fancy yourself a saint? Killing people over fucking nothing. How the fuck can you sleep at night? I tell you what, I fucking wait for you in hell. Satan himself will give me a personal pitchfork with your fucking name on it, even though I don't believe in no fucking afterlife. See you soon, Solantius. It's going to be fun!
Man, fan mail got pretty nasty in the Apocalypse. I don't know, I've gotten some not so great things from some students this last year. I got a note from one student saying, what was it? Frickin' loser? Not the F word, but you know, the you know, not swear word version, I guess. And it also said underneath, "You're gay," which was, you know, I kind of view that as a compliment because I run a GSA at my school, and so it's like, okay, you're gonna attack me for showing support. All right, that's cool. But yeah, it was just kind of like one of those things where it's like, okay, middle school kid doing what middle school kids do, you know. But then again, one of my coworkers did have a student carve into a desk a giant penis and then put swastika on that, so I guess it's not as bad, right? That was pretty crazy, seeing that. And I wish I could get up into that house, but I don't think there's a way. I was trying to figure out if we could climb down that little, like, metal thing or something. I don't see any way of getting up into there. I don't know if it's just the developers just teasing us with that or not. I don't know, that kind of sounded like Watchmen to me, but it looked like those were shrimp over there, so I got kind of confused there. But I don't think it's a big deal. I mean, if the audio does work out for this, I'd be really happy because I do like doing this. Because I can kind of appreciate the visuals of the game a little bit. And it looks beautiful on DX11 with that sun. And I also get to focus a little bit more on the combat instead of talking to you guys. And then we can do nice things like that knife takedown. See what I mean? It's like, okay, like the humanimals, if you know what they kind of look like and how they move like, you can get headshots fairly easily and the knife takedowns aren't so bad. I don't know, for some reason this location definitely gives me that Fallout 4 vibe. Maybe it's because we've got just tons of humanimals, which are basically ghouls. This definitely seems to reminisce about that, you know? It would be nice if you could do something like that in Fallout 4. It would also be nice if you had VATS in this game. It might make the game a little too easy though. Like if I could just VATS these guys and get some headshots. Oh, that'd be so sweet. I'm pretty sure I hit that one dude in the head. But maybe I'm wrong. But in this strategy of getting their attention, running away, ducking around some corners, getting your breath back, and then running back seems to work pretty well. We were running low on these steel balls, so it was a good idea to craft some more. If you look, you can see on the gun that it's only got a few of those ball bearings. I think I looked there and noticed that we were kind of low. So we got one down there. And see those hitboxes like in Fallout 4, you want to be able to shoot over things like that consistently. Did that dude just throw a brick that hit that post? That's the other nice thing about doing this audio afterwards, is I can talk about things like that I just completely missed when I was playing. I don't think I've got... Oh no, I've got a full thing of ball bearings, so if I really needed to, I can reload that. Now I want to know what's in this location, because it's super irradiated, you know? I don't think we really got that headshot. I think it was being a little generous there. So we started taking damage here, so I decided to dip out. Yeah, I was a little upset about taking that radiation damage. Seeing how we'd been so careful, I thought that was kind of unfair. And I was trying to figure out where to go, if we should keep on pushing down this path or not. And there should be a safe house nearby, so I think we were looking for that. Yeah, definitely the audio and the video are not quite working together. I don't know if my processor's struggling because I've got doing other things, or something's not quite right. I don't know what. I don't know, maybe I need to exit out of shortcut and then open it back up and try again. That might be our best option. We are able to get decent takedowns though, at least in game it's working well. It's just kind of in this post-processing that we've got some weird stuff going on. And, oh, you know what? No. I was thinking is that we've got multiple video tracks, but I tried to upload this video with just one video track. Even that was something that was weird. I don't know what. I do want to add commentary to this video. Maybe I'll just say stuff that's like less time sensitive, you know? You know, I do remember playing, I think it was the first Stalker, and there was like train yards like this. But those things right by these fires, they always look like people standing. It's like light posts, not light posts as lights. I'm gonna turn my volume up in my own headset because I want to. Oh yeah, look, there's a demon right there. Because I think you can hear them a fair amount before we actually see them. I think I just heard them roar. Yeah, I think with the difficulty I've had in this post-processing, I'm gonna stop doing these recordings where I'm not doing audio and then adding them in. It worked out perfectly the other two times. Well, not perfectly, but it worked out pretty nicely. This has been a nightmare. Like, I recorded a whole half an hour audio, and it was off by like a whole minute. And now I'm having to do it a second time. And I'm having to go in chunks at a time and line up those chunks. I mean, it's doable, it's just kind of annoying. It's actually really annoying. It's like I shouldn't have to take 3 times as long as just doing the recording just to make things work out. I knew that there was some locations over here, so I figured, you know, I just got a quick save a minute ago, so we might as well check this stuff out, and we're kind of hurt. So I figured, you know, while we're hurt, we might as well try and find a place that we can heal up. And this looks like some sort of unique location, kind of like the bandit camps, but maybe monsters. So I figured, well, if we go close, maybe they'll give us a quick save. And the place to our right, okay, yeah, so we're getting this quick save. That place to our right was, looked familiar to me from, like, trailers that I've seen, and, like, I saw IGN doing this one thing, and so I was like, okay, well, maybe I should hang back from that little barricade area for now, because I think that's, like, an endgame thing. This looks like just, like, a random site that you can go to. I actually just finished recording episode 11, and in that, near the end, I kind of got a hint about this place, that we should come back. Oh, going into the water there is not a good idea. I think that's, when you go into the water like that, I think your weapons get dirtier.
mother sure did brainwash you, bless her poor soul. You know nothing of life. I wish you could have seen the life we had before the war. Loads of food, electricity, phone, a bike with a sidecar, dancing all night, all the booze you could drink, girls. Your father had it made before the war. Silantius, he was frequenting the mental clinic. Everybody knew that.
The people was swayed by the temptation of electricity, and that was their undoing. For electricity is a sin. I will not denounce my Lord Father. I will not be lured by satanic contraptions, and will not leave the cloister of the faithful either. And you should think before saying things like that or touching the satanic machines. If not for fear of your soul, then for fear of incurring the wrath of our Holy Father. What if he learns of this?
Who's gonna tell him? You? You, Judas. You think of selling out your own father?
No, Father. I will bear the sin of not reporting you. But what if someone overhears?
Who'd ever want to come here, you dummy? Oh, damn! Who goes there?
It's one of them! A heretic!
You're from the train, aren't you? Well, hello there, friend. Peace be upon thee. You seem to be hailing from a really advanced place. Just look at your gear.
Satanic trifles!
You see, son? He's a good man. He knows how to behave. No need to be nervous. You just... You know... Don't be angry with the locals. It's just that there have been lots of attacks lately, so they're kind of riled up. Silentius is brainwashing them all the time, too.
Sinful words, Father!
You see this one? He's my son. Here, you do what Silentius says, or else you're in trouble. I heard that Crest joined you. That's good. He's a good man. It would be a shame for him to just die for nothing. And he's tough, too. And thanks for taking Katya and her child in as well. It was such a mess, you know. I'd come with you, too. I can shoot really well. Right after the war, it was like those Western movies around here. But, I've got a son. And because of his mom's stupidity, he's a fish worshipper. And he won't leave this place, no matter what. And I can't just leave the dummy here. Do you even know what that movie is, son? Have you heard about those?
It's a sin, Father! Sin to say such things about our community, especially to a heretic!
Oh, sin, you're like a broken record. Use your head. You see how it goes here? Ah, well, you'd better go now. Somebody really might see you with us. And Godspeed to you.
Did that just give you a jump? Because that just gave me a jump. That dude shooting that. Or at least it did when I was recording it. I just thought like we were under attack or something. But you can see with the subtitles, it was just the son shooting the radio because he distrusts technology. So I think what I'm gonna do is probably kind of just stop doing dialogue for now.
But that's a great thing. I used to have one like that.
I don't know, we've only got a few more minutes in the video, so you can just kind of watch that if you want.
You turn that damn thing on just one more time.
But yeah, at this point I'm just gonna go kind of radio silent until the end. Alright, this has been Orange One. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you next time.